custom GPT, this is where it gets interesting.
Right.
It takes that same powerful language model that's behind the standard GPT,
Okay.
and it fine-tunes it for a very specific purpose.
Got it.
You can actually configure it with specific knowledge.
Oh, okay.
It's almost like you're giving it its own specialized library.
Interesting.
And then on top of that,
Yeah.
you define its tone of voice.
Okay.
So it communicates in a way that aligns with your brand or your personal style.
Makes sense.
And then you can even go further and
Yeah.
define specific behaviors for it,
Wow.
tailored to your business, your industry, or even just your own individual use case. It's like taking that talented all-around athlete and putting them through really intense training for one specific event to make them a real specialist.
Got it.
Yeah.
So I get the specialization part,
Mm-hmm.
but how does this actually happen in practice?
Right.
Like the notes say it operates with artificial intelligence and follows specific instructions.
Right. So it's still powered by AI.
Okay.
That's the foundation. But what you do is you give it very detailed instructions during the setup.
Got it.
You basically feed it the information that it needs to do its job.
Great. Yeah.
So let's imagine you're creating a custom GPT for customer support.
Got it.
For a specific online retailer. What you would do is you would give it information about their products, their return policies,
Right.
frequently asked questions, and even examples of how their customer service agents talk.
Interesting.
It's almost like you're building a really knowledgeable and helpful employee, but one that's powered by AI.
So it's like you're creating a mini expert with this very specific knowledge base.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it.
And not only that, but it also mentions, how it communicates.
Exactly.
So you define the style, right?
Got it. Yeah.
Should it be formal?
Yeah.
Should it be informal? What kind of tone do you want to use?
Exactly. Set those parameters up front.
Got it.
And here's something even cooler.
Okay.
It mentions that you can connect these custom GPTs to external resources.
It does. It talks about connecting with herramientas externas para mejorar su funcionalidad.
Yeah, things like external databases or APIs.
Right.
APIs are basically just digital connectors.
Okay.
So how does that change things?
Yeah, how does that actually affect what the custom GPT can do?
Well, it makes things really dynamic.
Okay.
Because now it can access information that's not just in its initial training data. It can access real-time data. Constantly updated information.
Wow.
It can even trigger actions in other systems.
So give me an example. Like, how would that actually work?
Okay, so let's say you have a custom GPT for a travel agency.
Okay.
You could connect that GPT to flight and hotel APIs.
Got it.
And now it can provide up-to-the-minute availability and pricing.
Wow, that's huge.
Or, going back to that online retailer example, it could check the current inventory levels before answering a customer's question.
So it's always up to date.
It keeps its knowledge current, and it allows it to do more complex stuff.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So if we were to kind of boil it all down, what are the absolute key elements that you need to make a custom GPT?
Well, the material highlights three main components.
Okay, let's hear it.
The first one is un conjunto de instrucciones adaptadas a su propósito.
Okay.
That basically means you need a very clear set of instructions that outlines exactly what you want the GPT to do.
Got it.
It's like the blueprint.
Makes sense.
The second thing is un tono de respuesta alineado con la marca o necesidad del usuario.
So
you need to define the style.
Okay.
How do you want it to communicate?
Right. Look, we talked about formal, informal, all that.
And then the third element, which is optional, but often really important, is integración con bases de datos or APIs externas.
Right, the connecting to those external tools.
Exactly, that allows it to access real-time information.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
So we've got the key elements. Now let's get to the why.
Okay.
Why would somebody actually want to go through all this trouble
why bottle?
To create a custom GPT? The piece talks about optimizar procesos, mejorar la atención al cliente, y ahorrar tiempo en múltiples tareas.
Yeah, it's all about leveraging the power of AI.
Okay.
But in a really focused way. One of the big advantages is mayor precisión en las respuestas.
So what does that mean?
It means because you're focusing the GPT on a specific area and training it with relevant data,
right,
it's going to give much more accurate answers.
Okay.
Compared to a general AI that
Okay.
might have broader knowledge, but it's not as deep.
So it's more of a specialist.
Exactly. It's a specialist in that particular area.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And then it also talks about adaptación a necesidades específicas.
Right. So this is where the flexibility comes in.
Okay, tell me more.
Let's say you're a company. You can build a GPT that understands your own internal lingo,
Interesting.
your specific workflows, even the nuances of how you interact with customers.
Wow.
Or let's say you're a content creator.
Okay.
You could train a GPT to write in your style.
Got it.
Tailored to your specific audience.
It's like having
a ghostwriter almost.
It's like having an AI ghostwriter.
That's wild.
Yeah, it opens up so many possibilities.
It does. It does.
That a standard GPT just can't handle.
And then, of course, there's the ahorro de tiempo y automatización.
Of course. Who doesn't want that?
Right. Exactly. Who doesn't want to save time?
So how does it do that?
How do they deliver on that?
Well, it can take over repetitive tasks.
Okay.
It can instantly answer those FAQs. It can even automate content creation.
Wow.
So that frees you up to do the more strategic stuff.
The more interesting stuff.
Exactly. The stuff that requires a human touch.
Okay.
It's all about boosting efficiency.
So give me an example, like how could a business actually use this?
Okay, imagine a sales team. They could use a custom GPT to qualify leads automatically.
So that their human salespeople can focus on closing deals.
Got it.
It streamlines the whole process.
That's pretty powerful.
It is.
Okay, last thing.
Okay.
The material really emphasizes this idea of darle la mejor experiencia a tu cliente.
Right. Providing the best customer experience.
So how does a custom GPT actually help with that?
Well, if you design it right,
a
custom GPT can offer immediate, accurate, and personalized support to customers 24/7.
Wow, that's a game changer.
It is.
So because it's trained on your knowledge base, it can provide a really seamless experience, and it can talk in your brand voice.
Yeah. It's like having a super efficient customer service agent.
Got it.
That's always available.
And it's specifically trained on your business.
Exactly. Exactly.
So it seems like a custom GPT. It's just a little upgrade from the standard GPT. It's like a totally different.
It's a whole different beast.
Yeah, it's a totally different animal.
Yeah.
It's more targeted
and
way more powerful when you use it for a specific purpose.
Yeah, you're moving from a general purpose AI to a highly specialized one.
Okay, I'm with you.
Yeah.
So I feel like after this deep dive,
you too,
I have a much clearer understanding of what a custom GPT is and how it works.
Definitely.
What about you, listener?
Yeah, what do you think?
Hopefully you're feeling the same way.
Hopefully this has demystified things a bit and you're starting to see the potential.
Okay.
So now that you've got a handle on all this, what applications really jump out at you?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What needs or challenges could you address with a tailored AI solution?
It's a pretty exciting time.
It is.
To be thinking about this stuff.
It feels like we're on the verge of something really big.
Yeah. Totally agree.
So get out there and explore.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
See you next time.